Hey everyone. So as Mrs. Wallace and I have been mentioning, we are doing this thing called the Modern Classroom this year, and basically we want to show you, or I want to show you how to navigate through Canvas and kind of navigate through the Modern Classroom. The Modern Classroom is going to give you all a lot of autonomy and free up time for me to help those that need more assistance and allow those of you that need less assistance from me to move on to more challenging assignments and not have to wait for me to give you permission to move on to those assignments. So for each of our units, we're going to have an agenda, and there's two ways that you can access this from the home page. There will be a thing that says Unit 1. If you just click on that, it'll take you directly to the agenda. I'm eventually going to have a student tracker, but right now I just have not gotten my head wrapped around that yet. And so the other way you can access Unit 1 is if you just click on Modules and you go to Unit 1 here. It's going to be at the top of whatever unit we are in. So when we go to Unit 2, it'll be a Unit 2 agenda, so on and so forth. But you can access that here. And so then once you're in Unit 1, you'll see, just like Mrs. Wallace, we're trying to make this uniform. You have your SOLs, and you have your intended learning outcomes. And so it just tells you what we're going to be learning in that unit. And so with English, the only difference between this and math is there's going to be a lot of different skills that might not seem like they connect at times. So right now we're going to be working on a grammar skill, a reading skill, a vocabulary skill, and a writing skill. So it seems like a lot more than it is, but we space it out so it hopefully doesn't overwhelm you. So looking at our weekly agenda, you're going to have a week 1, a week 2, a week 3. Usually our units are around 3 weeks. Sometimes they move into 4, and if so, I'll make a 4th week. But in each week, we're going to have a must do, a should do, and an aspire to do. A must do are the things that have got to be done. There's no exceptions. They have to get done every week. The should do's are things that the expectation is they should be done each week. And the aspire to do's are the things that when you are finished with the must do's and the should do's, you may work ahead and work on these aspire to do's. So we've already finished week 1. Nothing too crazy there. With week 2, we're going to start off today with word up, vocabulary, and simple sentences with grammar. And those are going to be our main 2 focuses for today. And I'm thinking that every Monday I will try to just introduce our vocabulary and our grammar for the week and get that out of the way because it's our shortened bells. And that leaves our longer bells to focus more on reading and writing. And with these 2 skills for this week, there is a video lesson for both of them. The expectation is you watch those video lessons for both of them. And the expectation is also that you have already have watched this one. That after you watch those videos, that you work on the assignment. Now, a lot of times with the videos, there's going to be notes that accompany it, and the notes are going to have to be filled in. Neither one of these assignments requires you to fill in notes. So keep that in mind. Now with the word up, you must get slides 1 through 2 done. You should get slides 3 through 6 done. With the word up, you must get a mastery check done. And then with the grammar, we're going to have a practice, notes and practice. The notes are already done. You just have to review them. And then a mastery check. I haven't figured out yet how to link, if it's even possible to link my mastery checks in here, but I'm going to figure it out and let you all know. Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday through Friday, we're going to be looking at plot and practicing plot and working on a plot mastery check. If we actually finish plot before then, we will move into conflict, which is actually into week 3, but we'll see if we have time. I'd love it if we got to conflict this week. That means we're ahead of schedule, but we have a story to read and a bunch of other things that need to get done. So anyway, I digress. We'll talk more about this in person and as the year progresses, but the main thing here is that with each of our units, there's going to be must-dos it's going to be broken down into weeks, and in each of those weeks there's going to be must do's, should do's, and aspires to do's. And you just have to remember that you have got to complete the must do's, you should complete the should do's, and you should aspire to complete the aspire to do's. And as we work through the year, I really need to get this progress checker going, because once the progress checker is up and running, then you can fill out and say, and keep track of whether or not you've completed the must do's, and keep track of whether or not you've completed the should do's, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I have to figure out how to make it work with different bells. Anyway, so moving forward, this is what each unit is going to look like. And if you go back to the modules here, you'll see it just looks like there's so much here, and I don't want to overwhelm anyone. So each day I'm only going to have so much published, and then I'm going to try to have everything linked in here. Okay. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, because I'm recording this Sunday night. And by the way, the Raiders are the #1 team in the AFC West. I know it's probably going to be short-lived, but I'm going to take that, because they are the only team in their division that won this weekend. All right, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Or I guess I will see you today.